Hey guys, Hal and Sarge. Another cigar and another good cup of coffee. Look, before I start the video today, before I go into the topic of this video, let me caution you about something. And this is going to sound strange coming from someone who some may consider a content creator on YouTube. But please, be careful about your thumbs up to some of my more recent videos and your thumbs up to my future videos. Also, use caution when you're in the comments section. Guys, don't let my crazy shit make you say crazy shit that gets you in trouble and some really crazy shit. Just be careful, guys. People are watching. Even small channels like mine, they're watching. They're watching all of us. They're watching who you watch and how you respond to who you're watching. So just be careful. Now, as far as the topic, we've just killed a leader of Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. Yay team. The mastermind behind all these attacks, when I thought we already killed the mastermind behind the attacks and throwed his body in the ocean. I could be mistaken. I'm just saying. That's what I thought. But my question is, and the question comes from an observation I made about what's going on in Tijuana right now. The drug cartels burning cars, killing people, burning buildings, basically taking over a town. And my question is, if we're going after all these Islamic terrorists, the camel jockeys who will probably never set foot in this country, if we're going after them because they're a threat to America, if we're going after them for, say, let's say Islamic terrorism has killed 25,000 people in America. Now you have to understand there'll never be a true number on that because they try to attach terrorism to about everything today. So they're throwing terrorism into one big pool, okay? So you'll have to kind of weed through that to figure out what is what. It's kind of like in a lot of their FBI crime statistics, they actually carry Hispanics in the white category. So the white numbers look higher. But at any rate, it's a shell game. But my question is, why is Islamic terrorism a bigger threat to America than your Mexican cartels? Again, let's say they killed 20,000 people in terror attacks here in America over the last decade, 2 decades. When the drug cartels are responsible for over 100,000 deaths a year in America, just from overdoses. That's not counting people murdered. That's not counting petty crimes committed to support a drug habit for the drugs provided by the cartels. This is just 100,000 people annually. This is from the CDC, overdose in America on drugs each year. Now, some of that you can attribute to your pharmaceutical companies and your pill mills. But now we have the fentanyl train going on. Now, I highly suspect, my opinion is, that the CIA is involved. They're always involved. You go back to Vietnam. You go to when we left Afghanistan. Who met with the Taliban in the opium fields? CIA agents. They weren't there to tell the Taliban stop growing opium. They were there to say, hey, look, we're fixing to pull out. I know stuff's been kind of shitty around here lately, but we just need to make sure that our business arrangement stays the same no matter what. I can about guarantee that was the gist of the conversation during that meeting. Which is another reason why the drug cartels are able to do what they do. If we're going to bomb a Taliban leader on a balcony somewhere, then honestly, who knows who all was killed? If you control the media, you control the narrative. Why aren't we bombing the cartels? Why aren't we taking out their leaders? Why aren't we bombing their warehouses? Why aren't we attacking their convoys? Why aren't we? They're a bigger threat to America than anything else out there. And despite what some may say, they're a much greater threat than white supremacy here in America. So why aren't the drug cartels? Why aren't they on the attack list? Why don't we have drones paying them visits? It's because our government is in partnership with them. Our government are shareholders in the Mexican drug cartels. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's even, there's pictures of her and other Democrats meeting with these people, damn it. Open your eyes, people. See, that's the problem today. A lot of people see these things and then within a 24-hour news cycle, they're on to something else. Pay attention, people. It's right out in front of you. It's been in our face the whole time. But back to the drug cartels. Why aren't we? Why aren't we considering them enemy number one? Because our government is in bed with the drug cartels. How do you think the CIA gets their 5-star trust monies? The same way they always have, through the drug trade. That's how they're able to pay for their clandestine operations, their political overthrows in third world countries. They're placing their leaders in positions in countries. They use that money to carry out those operations because the accounting offices and the federal government don't track dark money. As far as they know, that money doesn't exist. As far as they acknowledge, that money doesn't exist. So, FBI, CIA, Homeland Security, all you alphabet soup bunches, why aren't we going after the cartels for the mass murder of Americans? Why aren't we going after the cartels for the crime rates in America, crimes that are committed to support those drug habits? Why aren't we? Because our government is complicit. They're part of it. They know exactly what's going on. They know who's in charge. And they'll put on their little bullshit, we found fentanyl in a backpack. Or stopping a semi-truck at the border loaded with fentanyl and heroin and probably a competing cartel's truck. But it looks good in the media. They're doing something. That's minute, guys. That's just, that's a token thing. We need to be going after the Mexican drug cartels and the Colombian drug cartels. They need to be stopped. They need to be treated just like any other terror organization. Let it rain. But as always, that's just my opinion. You can take it with a grain of salt. This is Howlin' Sarge. Again, guys, please be careful with your comments. I'm out.